I have been monitoring the Kawira Mwangaza impeachment, which is more of a comedy. Comedy is a better name. It's a tragedy. I would be surprised if she will be impeached by the Senate. Actually, the Senate does not impeach a governor. What happens is that she has been impeached by the MCS. Now it is up to the Senate to confirm the impeachment. I suspect from the mood that I saw and from the line of questioning that this thing will go nowhere. One thing, they are accusing her, the lead counsel. I don't know whether he has ever been taught how to prosecute a case. He was asked a very simple question by Senator Sifuna. And again, there is one thing he's forgetting, something that I was taught when I was in the police, because my father was a very senior police officer. And whenever I would go to an interview and any reference is made to my father, I just say, Superintendent JI-TENGE does this and that. You don't just start saying, oh, my father. You don't personalize the person being talked about. The lead counsel has a history with Sifuna. There's even a time he's trying to give Sifuna an impression that kumbuka mimi ni wenyu. And that is why the chairman, Senator Halwale, had to remind the lawyer that yes, you may have known Sifuna in other fields, but Sifuna is here in his capacity as the senator for Nairobi. There is a Swahili saying that you cannot accuse a cub to lions. They are accusing her of mistakes that many politicians do. For example, she is being accused of making roadside declarations. Can you show me just a single politician who does not make unsubstantiated road? If we have to remove them, then we'll have to remove all of them. There is the question again, she was impeached for castigating the Catholic Church. I am a Catholic. I have been a Catholic the whole of my life, except of Form 4 and Form 5. I was a member of Jehovah's Witness, but reverted back to Catholicism. So from the day I was born up to today, I'm a Catholic. You see the idea, these Pentecostal churches, give a pastor of the Pentecostal churches 5 minutes with a microphone. The first thing he or she does is to castigate Catholic. Why? That is what they do. There's no preaching they do. Nothing. Now she's being castigated for saying publicly that a Catholic priest were putting on red clothes. Some guys can be very petty. Again, there is a place where Sifuna had even asked that person, because she was accused of saying that the Catholic bought that land, I don't know, for 8 million or something like that. There is nowhere in the booklet, and that is how people, when they are talking about, evidence, you don't introduce things which are not in the affidavit. There is nowhere in the affidavit where it is stated that Catholic paid out some money. And Sifuna even asked the lead, can you show me the page where you are just mentioning the millions? You've even said the figure. And he talked of page 106. Is it 106 or 109? And all senators opened that page and there was nothing like that. And again, the other thing is, okay, that is a very useless case. I don't know why I'm reviewing it so much. But I'm trying to look at the two sides. The Azimio senators, and I'm trying to look at Azimio senators and Kenya Kwanza senators. All of them, both sides are against that case. This is not a case where you can say Azimio is supporting or Kenya Kwanza is supporting, or Azimio is opposing or Kenya Kwanza is opposing. It is that all of them are, if you look at the TV, some senators are even controlling themselves, avoiding how to laugh. There is the other case of where her husband says that this is a power game. And I'm sure that is what the Senate will come up with. Because it appears that, because she's even publicly been recorded as saying that Mintika Rinturi is trying to create a wedge between her and the president. Now that one is not for the Senate to prove. That is something that can never be proven by anybody. But you see, it seems that she's telling the truth, because Mintika Rinturi, I would not be surprised if he went slowly to see her, where they agreed that she shares some of the ministries to him. And where do we get her biggest problem? Her biggest problem, if I can tell you, comes from the fact that she's an independent governor. Now, it is possible that the big whips in that county, the big whips, the overall leader of Kenya Kwanza and the overall leader of Azimio, may have approached her. You see, the constitution says that a governor must not exceed 10 ministers. So these people may have come together, and you know, politicians, I will fight you, I will quarrel with you, we will not even talk because you are this side and I'm this side. But at the end of the day, we on the ground, but politicians at the county level and at the national level, when things are good for them, they will forget you, they will forget me, they will forget everybody and everything and join together. I'll not be shocked if I later come to prove that it is possible that the overall head of Kenya Kwanza in Meru area, you can read that one to be Mintika, or even Bas, or even the overall head of Azimio. You see, they could sit down and tell her that out of the 10 cabinet positions, Kenya Kwanza gets 4, Azimio gets 4, and then she is allowed to have 2. I think that is where her problem is. And lastly, if you look at the tapes that are being pre-played, it is possible that the Senate will disown the whole thing, so she'll retain her seat. But down in Meru, people are collecting signatures. It is quite possible that the county assembly will have to go back to elections. And if you see the tapes that Kawira Mwangaza has been, those records, those which have been taken to parliament, I see her, those tapes being used against those MCS. And in case of a re-election of the local assembly, I foresee that majority, over 90% of the MCS will not come back. Sorry for those who may have been elected for the first time. That's all.